Welcome to this week's Glad We Had This Chat listeners' questions. My sister and my boyfriend hate each other, and I feel so stuck in the middle. They disagree on everything and barely acknowledge each other anymore. It's affecting my relationships with both of them. What should I do? From Fia. My sister and my boyfriend hate each other.
That's a hard one.
That is very hard.
Have you ever had that? Anyone where you just think, I don't like him?
Oh, yes.
All right then.
Yeah. Let me stop myself from saying any names.
I had an ex. I had an ex, and Kesha.
Oh, I just could not stand him.
She didn't even
stand him.
hide.
Were you right though? Were you right?
I still can't stand him to this day. No, I'm joking.
Honestly, he would come round, and it got to the point where he really wanted to please her so much because he just knew that she just wasn't feeling him at all.
Yeah,
she wouldn't hide it at all. She'd just cut her eye, give a little side eye when he'd come in the house, things like that.
I was younger. I was a teenager.
So yeah.
I mean, luckily it wasn't anything too serious. If it was a serious relationship. There would be an issue. Like my sister's, that's she's me. Like you need to get on. Like that, you come as part of the package, right?
You know what? I feel like. Sorry, what was her name?
Fia.
I feel like Fia. I feel like this is a Fia issue. Fia needs to be the mediator here because you know, if I didn't like Fleur's husband, for example, she would mediate that for me.
I would.
And if Fleur's husband didn't like me, she would have to be.
He wouldn't be here.
He'd be gone. There'd be a divorce on the table. So, you know, she needs to be the mediator. So I feel like this is a Fia issue. There's something has happened, something gone on, some lack of communication. She needs to sort out.
There you go. Me and my sister are both getting married next year and she's stealing all of my ideas. I chose sage green for my bridesmaids' dresses and she has now chosen the same. Her wedding is first, so it will look like I'm copying her. Do I have a right to ask her to change the colour of her dresses?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I mean, first of all, sisters getting married in the same year, that's a big no-no
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
a big no-no.
I feel like whoever started the trend, then you should just go the next
Other
year.
one,
Yeah.
you
Go
wait.
the next year.
We would never do that.
No.
We would never, ever get married in the same year, ever.
You need your moment.
You need your moment.
You need to be like the bride.
Yeah.
And also the family. Think of the expenses.
The expense.
Do you know what? We would never copy each other's ideas.
No.
You just wouldn't do it. Even if you entertained the idea of sage green, you let it go because your sister chose it first. You know, your relationship as sisters is more important than the colour of the dresses.
Right.
But when I read things like that, it makes me think that maybe it's not. Maybe they're not as close. Because I'm really close to my brother. You two are really close. Other siblings aren't always that close.
That's true.
In which case, who cares? I'd go and elope and wear sage green.
Or do everything the same and get married the same day.
Yeah, just do it together.
Save the money, my God. Yeah. I mean, it's not helpful, but do I have a right to ask her to change the colour of her dresses? I think that's Megan. It's a question for Megan.
I'm gonna say hard no on that one.
Yeah,
everyone's entitled to their own wedding day and what they want, and unfortunately,
she got in first.
Green,
love sucks to be you.
Yeah,
that's it.
Also, sage green ain't that great a colour on all skin
really
tones.
not
So
that
just
great.
Pick a new colour.
Pick a new colour. I find it very challenging spending time with my. Oh wow. Okay, they use the word feral. Wait for it. I find it very challenging spending time with my sister's children. I know that sounds awful, but they are absolutely feral, and she doesn't discipline them at all. I feel terrible to say that about my niece and nephew, but they are a nightmare, and it's very embarrassing in public. How do I tell her?
Oh,
Faye, you got to tell her.
I feel like you would tell me.
I would tell you, and I would tell the kids too. I'd be like, sit down.
Yeah,
well, I
you
would
got to
tell
be
them
honest.
off. Yeah, of course.
I feel like, well, the thing is, I said the whole time that I was pregnant with Nova that I felt like a surrogate for my sister. I felt like I was
a surrogate.
I was
for
like
me.
the vessel for your children.
Yeah.
And I feel like I will feel the same when you eventually have kids. So it's like, my kids are your kids. Yeah. Your kids are mine. I think we would both discipline them.
I mean, I changed Nova's nappies. If she didn't listen to me, I'd be like, I changed your nappies.
Right? Yeah.
You listen to me. So I would. I mean, it takes a village. That's what they say. So I almost feel like she should be helping to discipline these children.
Yeah.
But just tell her.
Maybe she's overwhelmed. Maybe the sister's overwhelmed.
Yeah, maybe
or
she needs help.
Maybe the partner doesn't want her to be strict or some nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense. I think she should discipline the children.
I
as
would
well.
be disciplining those kids.
Get involved.
You don't have to hit them. I'm not suggesting you get violent. Don't call social services. Usually an eyebrow will do it.
Yeah, little eyebrow. Changing the tone of voice.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Do I look happy? My sister and I run a business together, and lately she hasn't been pulling her weight. Oh, this is by the Kardashians.
No.
How do I address this? That's a bit unfair. She's just had a baby.
Did you change her name? Did you make it?
You're sending in questions.
She just had a baby called Nova. And
how do I address this without causing conflict in our personal relationship? Well, babes, you should have thought of that before you had the business relationship.
This is very true. But this is what we say. We always
Yeah.
have constructive conversations.
Yeah.
We'd have to bring it to the table. You just have to talk it out.
You're sounding very Jada Pinkett Smith right now. I'm just going to bring it to the table.
so, what is your relationship before you start business? Don't start business with someone that you can't have a personal, constructive relationship with.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same in business. But now, wow, I don't know. Get a mediator. That's what I would say.
Get
a
someone to
mediator.
mediate. Yeah. Because
who
it's
would it
tough,
be
isn't
out of you two? If you did ever fall out, who would it be?
It'd be her, innit? No, I'm joking. Who would be our mediator?
Yeah.
Probably our mum.
Yeah, our mum or my husband's pretty good. Even though he's my husband,
He'll put
he
you
doesn't
in your
just
place
side
too.
with me. No,
Yeah.
he puts me in
That's
my
like
place.
mine.
He can be impartial.
Mine turns on me all the time. I'm like, you're supposed to be on my side.
That's what I say all the time.
Yeah. And he's like, well, it's the kids, isn't it? Oh, the kids. Oh. World's smallest violin. Right.
Love that.
My sister has recently got into a relationship and I never see her anymore. Oh, here we go. We used to, what are we like?
This one.
We used to see each other every week and now she just wants to spend all her time with her new boyfriend. She's also really changed and I feel like I don't know who she is anymore. Should I confront her or just wait until this honeymoon period passes? Nikki.
Confront.
Yeah,
I think if
head
it's
on.
a sibling, it's confront.
You've
It's
got to
always confront.
Do you know what? Me and you've been the opposite. I remember when I first got with my husband, Marcel, my sister would come round and he would know to just leave the room because he knew that we were just going to be talking all night. That's it.
He's like, I'm off.
As soon as you come into the house,
Right, she's here again.
that's
Leave
it,
it.
isn't it? Like, it's just
Yeah.
the default. It's sister time.
But it's, you know what, if you make your sister or family member, whatever, a priority, then your partner just falls in line
That's
with it.
it.
Yeah.
So, look.
And it doesn't mean he'll never be the priority.
Yeah. I mean, these honeymoons, they don't last today. Let's be
don't.
honest.
They don't.
Let's be honest, they really don't.
These guys.
How long have you been together? You and
Oh,
Marcel?
14 years now.
And how long have you been with your fiancé?
3 years.
Oh, look, she's fresh with the joys of youth.
3 years.
3 years.
I'm
I
like
love it
14.
so
How
much.
many years?
I have never been deluded in this honeymoon.
No, you haven't.
You know what? Being delulu is the worst thing you can do because when it all comes crashing down, you're going to run back to your sister, run back to your friends, and they won't be there for you. So I would say, Nikki's sister, you need to get it together because
Get it together,
you're
man.
going to be calling Nikki on speed dial
He's
in a
off.
few years.
He's been horrible to me.
Yeah.
Well, whose fault's that?
Yeah.
As soon as it crumbles, you're going to need your sister.
Yeah.
So
The amount of times I've gone to Fleur's house, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. through the years. So
Did you ever have that big sister moment of I'm going to kill him and then just like start putting your shoes on, hold my earrings?
Oh yeah. I'll like, get my Vaseline out. You know what I mean?
yeah, she could have been in jail a few times, to be fair.
That's quite, I mean, that also goes into adulthood as well. Like there's plenty of times where you're like, I'll just take you out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very protective.
Yeah.
Has it got worse since you had a baby?
Yes.
It's fierce, isn't it? It's bizarre.
Yes,
It's,
that
talk
mother
about
bear.
feral. Talk about feral.
The mother bear
Yeah,
instinct.
she's feral now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your mum like as a nan?
Feral.
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 Mum's
I'm just
feral.
surrounded by ferals now.
Feral.
Mum is like, she's so
Oh
protective.
my god! I literally, if I go to Fleur's house and my mum or my auntie are there, I'm just not going to touch my niece. Basically, just forget
that's
it. I just go when they're not there now.
I flicked a switch when my granddaughter was born. I thought I was like fierce and protective before, and now I'm like, it's like being on another planet.
Oh yeah.
And the only people, like if I have people saying, oh, your grandmother, you wouldn't know, you never mentioned it. And I'm like, you can tell you don't have grandkids. Because the only people who ever seem to complain about it online or leave a trolly comment are people who don't have kids or grandkids. Because every woman who's had a grandkid is like, I'm so with you. I would push my son in front of a bus to save his kids.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, literally.
Our mum would do that.
Yeah.
She would do that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Like something else switches and you're like, oh, I remember what this was like in the early days, but it never goes away. It never goes away. You're like,
It's like a forever honeymoon period.
I'm like a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like a psychopath. You know, like my granddaughter said something about something in school and my head turned so quick I thought I was going to get whiplash. And I won't say the child's name, you know, and I just went, let's say it was Brian, because it won't be anyone called Brian in 2024, will it? And I went, where does Brian live? and my husband's looking at me like, he's 3.
You're going after this 3-year-old.
Calm down. Yeah.
Right, okay, I'll speak to the mother. It's fine. But I have that relationship with my daughter and I just say, you never have to get excited or upset. I'll get off. I'm a grandmother.
Yeah.
I'll get
Let
off.
me deal with this.
I'll deal with it. You can have like literally a need to know basis. You'll be fine.
Nans and their grandkids. Mm-mm.
Don't mess.
No.
This episode is obviously brought to you by the SkinRocks app, your free to download ultimate guide to skincare made by me, all in one place, with a catalogue of over 24,000 products and over 600 expertly written articles and guides with new content daily. It really is your destination for your best skin yet. And I'm thrilled, because I can, to offer you an exclusive discount to unlock an elevated app experience with exclusive features and even more skincare expertise from me, plus so much more. Revolutionise the way you discover, shop and learn about skincare with our multi-award-winning app. Download the SkinRocks app for free and sign up to premium with your exclusive code CHPOD, all in caps, to save £10 off your annual subscription. More details in the show notes. Oh, here we go. My teenage daughters are constantly at loggerheads over borrowing each other's clothes without permission. Well, that's stealing. That's not borrowing, is it? It's a nearly daily occurrence and is becoming unbearable to listen to. What can I do to make them stop? Did you have any of that? Because you've got a 5-year difference.
No,
so
we had that.
Oh,
we
you
had
did?
all of
Okay,
that.
great.
Yeah.
I'm glad I brought it up.
Kesha. I mean, at one point...
Oh, she just said, by the way, she just went, so, Keshia.
Yeah.
Kesha.
Honestly, she would walk into my house. There was a time where Kesha would walk into my house and my wardrobe was like a clothing store. She would just walk in and go, yeah, so I'm thinking this,
I just
this,
popped
this.
down to my local Fleurs, grab a dress for the night.
The worst offence. The worst offence.
Nah!
Yeah, I'm gonna
This
expose
gets
you.
resurrected every year, by the way.
Love it.
Just,
I'm just
so
going to
you
get
know.
comfy. Like,
Yeah.
just
Worst
go for it.
offence.
Just legs
so you
up.
know.
Right, go on.
Every year.
I'm halfway across the world, down under, doing I'm a Celebrity.
You
right?
didn't raid her house and she
She
wasn't
comes.
there.
I did.
She comes into the jungle.
Her husband let me in. To be fair, it wasn't a robbery.
He won't make
you
that
know.
mistake again, will he?
Comes into the jungle to surprise me. So I haven't seen my family for like 3 weeks.
And she's wearing your clothes.
I walk in, I'm bawling my eyes out. I hug her. I get over that, and then I just pull away and I go, "Is that my dress?" She comes into the jungle wearing my a designer dress as well into the jungle.
Alexander Wang in the jungle.
And then I find out she's been doing all this PR, going on Lorraine and that, wearing all my clothes.
So you know what? At the time, I was like, she's in Australia. She ain't gonna see this, and didn't think that yet. Google, YouTube, press. Yeah, it was a bad day for me. But you know what? To be fair,
Spoken like
right?
It was a bad day for me.
But to be fair,
it wasn't my fault, yeah?
In my defence, which, this might be relevant to the question.
wanna
She
hear
might
this.
have a defence. They didn't, it was a surprise. So that day I went to the jungle looking all good.
It was a surprise.
Luxury. And they were like, oh, surprise, you're going to go to the jungle. And then I was like, oh, no. Can we go back and change? And they said no. So I just had to go there in the Alexander Wang.
Do you know what though? This is how we settled this, because we used to have arguments all the time. And the thing that I just conceded, and I was like, look, you can borrow anything you want of mine. The only rule I have is if I haven't worn it yet, you can't wear it.
That's a fair rule.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's how they can settle it.
And I feel like they can, yeah. And if one damages another one's item, you have to
gotta
replace it.
replace
And then you can share.
There you go, Anne. Sort it out. My little sister is having a baby before me, and whilst I'm happy for her, I am also struggling with feelings of jealousy. Being the oldest, I wanted to be the first to give our parents a grandchild. Am I being unreasonable? Jessie.
Oh.
No, you're being unreasonable. Don't be a dick.
Oh, that's sad though, isn't
behave
it?
yourself. You're already the eldest, and I say this is the eldest. You've been the eldest your whole life. Let the sister have something else.
Do you know what? That is so true.
Let her have. She's having a kid. She beat you to it, babes. Tough shit. Get on with it. It's going to be your niece or nephew.
But do you know what, actually? Come on, guys.
Savage.
Being the baby is really nice. You get treated with a lot of privileges. So she should be happy. If her child's going to be the youngest grandchild, I was the youngest grandchild. I got treated like a baby by everyone. I got spoiled. It was amazing.
You did.
Oh, look.
She can have that
Did you hear that as
experience
well? You did.
Yeah, she did, yeah.
We called her little one for years.
I still am little one.
She's
Even
still
though I've got
little
little
one.
siblings, I'm still the little one,
little one.
guys. So, that's a prime time spot she's got waiting for her there.
I think she
Little
needs
one.
to have a word with herself. That's a real personal battle.
She should go
she's
to
going
therapy
through
for that. There's something unresolved
So
there.
I'm the bad one, but you're sending her to therapy, right?
There's something
okay.
unresolved there, definitely. Yeah.
Oh my god, I love this. Okay, what are your top tips for working with a family member? You need to get on.
Have a mediation service.
Yes.
Have a mediation service.
Learn to separate family and business. You have to
Yeah.
separate the two.
If you're arguing about shea butter one day, you need to be coming out and going to your christening the next.
Yeah, you have to put it to bed.
That sounds like that was from experience.
Yeah.
If you're arguing about shea butter.
Let the shea butter argument go, Kesh.
Don't bring it to podcasts. No, I just, try not to mix business.
Don't conflate the
pleasure.
two. Yeah. Have a discussion about business, put it to bed, end it there, and then be sisters, be siblings after that.
Right. Last one. My sister and my cousin have fallen out. It's been happening for ages and I'm stuck in the middle. What do? I feel like I'm being pulled in both directions.
No, there's there's only one direction.
There's no middle. There's only one way. The sibling way.
The sibling way.
Oh, yeah. Like, we have a rule. If we fall out with any family member...
or just anyone in general, I imagine.
We're a united front. That's it.
Yeah.
If you're Kesha's enemy, you're my enemy.
Yeah.
My enemy, you're
and
Kesha's
take
enemy.
it from me, viewer, I wouldn't want to be that.
This is what we do.
Yeah. Like, I will not speak to someone if they have pissed my sister off.
Yeah.
It's just done. It's over. There's not even. There's not even an explanation. Oh, we're not friends with that person anymore. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
So we're not talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know.
And what did she do again? Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
it doesn't
cool.
even matter. It doesn't even
Doesn't
matter.
matter.
At this
Doesn't
point,
matter.
it doesn't, because it's like, well, that's not going to work. All our friends merge together. So, like, if we have family parties, if we have events, my friends will go to her party and vice versa. So it just wouldn't work, you know?
I mean, it's pretty intense. You can't get in the way of a sister and a cousin.
Oh no!
No.
Oh no!
There's no middle.
No,
I don't
you
even know
can't
what
pick.
this. That's not even a dilemma, is
Yeah,
it?
that's not. I mean, yeah.
I mean, you must
some real
have,
problems.
unless you grew up with the cousin and your sister, someone you just met on, that program
Yeah.
that Davina does,
Right.
where she
Yeah,
reunites
long lost
people.
family
Long lost
members.
family.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah,
you've just been
yeah.
reunited with said sister,
Right.
she's your sister.
Yeah. There's just
Oh,
no
yeah.
picking between sisters and
Get a grip.
cousins.
Even
No.
now, I still hate kids on the street that bullied my little brother. He's 40-odd. I'll have him too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
went round to the house.
Oh, yeah.
I went round because I'm 9 years old. I was like, is your mum in? And I knew his mum and dad went in. I pulled the blinder. He had bullied him on the bus and he came in, he was like upset. And he was like, don't say anything, don't say. I was, don't say anything. Your jaw goes tight.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
Love that.
Don't say anything. My mum's going, go, say something. Go. And when I knocked on the door, I was like, is your mum in? No, she's not, is she?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what I thought. Touch my brother again, you're going to know.
Do you know what? I was actually untouchable in school, thank God. Because
bet you were.
Fleur was 5 years older. So when I was in year 7, she was in sixth form. It was beautiful. I could
You
just
little spoiled
walk
brat.
around.
Oh, isn't she?
So There was no
spoiled.
initiation into high school for me because
You were
everyone
like,
just
do you
left
know
me
who my
alone.
sister is?
My sister's Fleur. Who? Fleur. Go to sixth form if you don't know.
Yeah, I had to take all the bullying, all the hatred, all of that to pave the way for you.
You're like,
You were
it's not
nice.
going to happen to my sister.
I didn't have any backup, so I was your
Heavy is
backup.
the head that wears the crown, Fleur.
That's it. Heavy is the head. It really is.
I mean, could that have been spoken more like a dismissive sibling?
Yeah, I know.
Heavy as
Heavy is the head,
Fleur,
Fleur.
whatever.
Wear the crown. 18 karat gold, babes. Enjoy it.
We are definitely getting you two back for another round. I feel it's going to be like listeners' questions, but actually it's going to be, do you really want to know the answer?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I like come to me with some real questions. Come to me with some real problems.
Truth hurts.
problems,
Truth
yeah.
hurts, Caroline. That's it. Truth hurts.
And this week's edition is called The Truth Hurts. Thanks for listening. I'm back on Monday with a new guest, so make sure you tune in. Until then, I'm glad we had this chat. New episodes are available every Monday and Wednesday. Follow or subscribe now on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Glad We Had This Chat is produced by Wall to Wall Media.